Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start, it comes through clean. Oftentimes,
it's caught inside the 25. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 85 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Jones. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Tyus Bowser. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And an alley to run. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Jackson from the shotgun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
On first down, Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Let's go. 10 logo.
Check back 21. Let's go, D. Check 4. Check 4.
Topper.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Hey, high 7.
Hey, check back 21. Line 21. Check back 21. Watch the blood. Watch the blood. Watch the blood. Watch blood. Watch the blood.
Go.
Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Tyus Bowser in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
7-7, our score after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Going for the deep ball. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Flushed out right. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. Cameron Jordan. And that will force a turnover on downs.
10-2 stop.
Now Jones on first down. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready up. Leo. Go.
Let's go. Check 15. Check 15.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go. Hey, Delta.
Ready?
Shoot.
Now Jones. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The end result, 21 yards.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Let's go now. 61. Matchbox lights.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Bravo.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Come on, set. 50, plant.
Pick me up. Here we go. Kill, kill, kill.
Big grip, big grip.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now a hit and a loose football. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
47 is the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking sideline, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And an Allen Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Here we go, set. 70, Indy.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
Hey, lock it.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Pilot, 64, read. 8, read. Hey, dude.
3 down, 3 down. Mike,
Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch 59.
Ready?
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously, and he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game, but you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as the Super Bowl progresses?
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Jackson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 23. Now Jackson on first down, looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the Super Bowl. So in Saints territory now, here's first and 10 at the 47. Throwing is Jackson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Jackson, and the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Jordan bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
Wearing those golden high tops as well.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hey, Haywood.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Battle for it here, and this will be caught. 23 yards, the final tally.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Looking to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15 line.
Check 2.
On third down, here's Kamara. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Slam, go. Check 3. Kill.
From the 36, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
3rd and 6.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
They go play action here on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Jones now throwing on 1st down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Yeah. That's me. Hey, seam 6. Now.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Tyus Bowser make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. The Saints on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Back to throw. Jones. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
48 months. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
On third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
47's the mic. 47.
Here's Jackson throwing on fourth down. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
March 49. March 49. So we got man. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Now.
You better 49.
Here's 2nd and 8. Able to find Shaheen here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7. Mike 50, let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check 43.
Bravo. Hey, Tommy. Get it.
From the gun, Jones. Flush to his right. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Philip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Important extra point up and through, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. 23 yards the pickup there. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
They'll look to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D. Let's go. 48 Mike. I'll get him.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Mike 48. Let's sit. It's going to be a long day. Hey, watch it.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Jones. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Ready.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the counter, here's Kamara. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Set, ready, 60 Pittsburgh. All day, dog. Roll out. Deep breath.
On first down, Benjamin. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. You don't see me in your nightmare, son.
Running with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
And, partner, right away, I'm brought back to the words of my special teams coach when I played in college. Sometimes you just have to want to go block a kick.
And here with a chance to win the game at OT on the O-line, you got to max protect.
It's amazing, isn't it? You spend all that time in practice, you go over all the different possibilities, and with the game's on the line, someone leaks through, and now you've got a block kick.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On the double. 48. I'm here all day.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he completes it to Hunt. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And it's all over. Just one is left standing, and that one is the Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists a Lombardi trophy that didn't have their share